when someone walks out of your life with no explanation. When someone you care about walks out of your life without any explanation, it can be difficult to cope with the pain and confusion that follows. If you're feeling lost and alone in the aftermath of a breakup, don't worry, there are steps you can take to help heal your heart and move on. So what do you do when someone walks out of your life without an explanation? When someone walks out of your life without an explanation, it can feel like the world has ended. There is a range of emotions that you may experience, including confusion, sadness, and anger. First, it is important to remember that everyone experiences different emotions when they break up or leave a relationship. So don't be too hard on yourself if you feel any of these things. It is also important to remember that there are many possible reasons why someone might leave without saying goodbye. Here are some possible reasons why someone might walk out of your life without an explanation. They are not attached to you and want to end the relationship. They are afraid of your reaction, or they don't want to hurt your feelings. They are with someone else and don't want to be with you. They are going through a difficult time and don't want to burden you with their problems. They are not interested in you romantically and just want to be friends. Regardless of the reason, it is important to remember that you are not responsible for their decision. If you feel like you need to talk about what happened, consider talking to a trusted friend or therapist. The first thing that you need to do is accept that the relationship is over and figure out what you want next. If the person was cheating on you, then it is important to seek out counseling or other support to help you process the pain and trauma that you have been through. If you are feeling lost and abandoned, it is important to reach out to a support group or therapist. These professionals can help you work through your emotions and find resources to rebuild your life. Now let's talk about the signs that a relationship may be over. There are a few signs that may indicate that a relationship is over. When someone walks out of your life without any explanation, it can be a clear sign that the relationship is not working. Here are 5 warning signs to watch for. 1. You start to drift apart. This may be evident in small ways, like one person spending less time with the other or not wanting to spend time together as much. This can lead to bigger problems if left unchecked, such as one person feeling ignored or abandoned. 2. Arguments become more frequent and intense. This could mean anything from nitpicking minor disagreements to full-blown battles over everything. If one partner begins to feel like they can't win an argument, it might be a sign that the relationship is headed for trouble. 3. One or both parties start seeing other people. Relationships require 2 people in order to work, and if one person starts seeing someone else while still in the relationship, it's likely that things are not going well between them. If one partner begins to flirt with someone they're not supposed to be flirting with, it could also be a sign of trouble ahead. 4. There is a sudden change in behavior. This could mean one person becomes distant or withdrawn, starts acting out in ways that were never before a problem, or stops caring about the relationship at all. If something drastic like this happens, it's probably a sign that the relationship is headed for trouble. 5. One partner begins to express negative feelings about the other. This could be expressed in words such as bitterness or anger, or through actions such as cheating or breaking important promises. If one partner starts to show disdain for the other, it may be time to take notice and assess what might be wrong. How do you deal with the pain of a broken heart? When someone walks out of your life with no explanation, it can be one of the most painful experiences imaginable. The heartache and confusion that come with a breakup can be unbearable, and there is usually very little that can be done to make things better. However, there are ways to cope with the pain and move on. Here are some tips. First, let yourself feel the pain. It's important to acknowledge the hurt and sadness that come with a breakup and allow yourself to feel them fully. Allow yourself time to grieve for the relationship that was lost, and don't try to push the pain away. Cry out all of your feelings without inhibition, and don't be afraid to reach out for help when needed. Secondly, don't bottle up your emotions. It's natural to want to keep everything inside after a breakup, but this is not healthy. Express your feelings freely and don't hesitate to talk about what happened with friends or family members. Talking about it can help ease the pain and allow you to move on more easily. Thirdly, remember that you are not alone in this process. Many people experience a breakup at some point in their lives, and there is always someone who understands. Talk to someone about what happened and let them help you through the tough times. It can be very helpful to have someone to talk to, and they may be able to provide some valuable advice or support. Finally, remember that time heals all wounds. The pain of a breakup will eventually fade away, and you will be able to move on with your life. Don't be afraid to take the time needed to heal, and don't forget that you are loved and supported no matter what happens. The signs that someone is walking out of your life. When someone walks out of your life with no explanation, it can feel like the end of the world. But if you're observant, you may be able to see some warning signs that they're ready to move on. Here are a few things to watch for. 1. They start avoiding you completely. If someone is walking out of your life, they probably don't want anything to do with you. They may stop responding to your calls or emails, or even avoid being in the same room as you. This could be a sign that they're not interested in reconnecting, and they may not want to hurt your feelings. 2. They change their behavior radically. Maybe one day someone walks out of your life, and you two were getting along great. The next day, they start acting really distant and almost hostile towards you. This could be a sign that they're not happy with the way things are going, and they want to move on. It's important to remember that everyone has their own process when it comes to breaking up, so don't take it personally if they go through this stage. 3. They withdraw from their friends and family too. If someone is walking out of your life, they may also be withdrawing from their friends and family. They may not want to see them or talk to them, or they may be avoiding conversations altogether. This could be a sign that they're not feeling comfortable around people and they don't want to deal with the drama that comes with relationships. 4. They become preoccupied with thoughts of leaving. If someone is walking out of your life, they might start thinking about all the ways they can leave without hurting your feelings. If this is happening regularly, it might be a sign that the relationship is over. If someone is walking out of your life, they might start doing things that are completely out of character. They might act really rude or insensitive, or they might start spending a lot of time alone. This could be a sign that they're not happy with the current situation, and they want to move on as fast as possible. If you see any of these signs happening regularly, it might be worth reaching out to them to see if there's anything you can do to salvage the relationship. What are the steps to rebuilding your life after a breakup? It can be difficult to move on after a breakup. Whether the relationship was abusive or just didn't work out, it can be tough to rebuild your life from the ground up. Here are some tips to help you get started. 1. Start by taking some time for yourself. It may feel like you're going crazy trying to process what just happened, but allowing yourself time to heal will help you move on more easily. Write down your thoughts and feelings about the breakup. This can be cathartic, and it'll help you understand why things ended the way they did. Keeping a journal is also a great way to stay motivated during this difficult process. Find something else to focus on outside of the breakup. It may seem impossible at first, but try finding something that brings you joy every day. This will help take your mind off of the person who left and give you something positive to look forward to in the future. Just because your partner walked away doesn't mean that you're responsible for their decision. It's important to remember that everyone handles breakups differently, and that not everyone will react in the same way. Don't beat yourself up. Take some time to calm down and process what happened before jumping to any conclusions.